Hi again, this is the video containing the solution to number 2 of assessment 1 under type 1. The question is about finding the reference angle given an angle. So before we answer any of the three sub-items, we first review the concept of reference angle. Basically, the reference angle is the angle that the terminal side and the x-axis make. So what does that mean? For example, in the first quadrant, if this is the terminal side and this is the angle, the reference angle is the angle that the terminal side makes with the x-axis. In this case, the angle is the same with its reference angle. But when you go to the second quadrant, so let's say this is the angle theta, then the reference angle again is the angle that the terminal side, this is the terminal side, and the x-axis make. So in the second quadrant, this is the reference angle. In the third quadrant, the reference angle will be the angle between the terminal side and the x-axis. Similarly, on the fourth quadrant, the reference angle is the angle that the x-axis makes with the terminal side. Okay, so how do we apply this idea? So in letter A, the angle, so the theta is 203. First thing to do is to plot the angle. So where should we put the 203 degrees? Or the 203 degrees, the terminal side of the 203 degrees is located in the third quadrant, because this is 180, and if you extend it to the next axis, this will be 270. So it should be between 180 and 270. So the actual angle is 203. The reference angle is the angle from the x to the terminal side, so the reference angle should be here. But how do we compute for that? If you take a look at the diagram, this part of the angle up to here is 180. So if you're measuring this angle, all we have to do is to subtract 180 from 260 degrees. And if we do that, the measure is 23 degrees. Therefore, the reference angle of 203 degrees is 23 degrees. Okay? In letter B, it is slightly different. You are given a negative angle. So don't be confused if you are given a negative angle. It just simply means that you have to measure the angle in a clockwise direction, but you have to start at the location of 0 degrees. So from 0, you go in a clockwise direction. This is 90, 180, this is 270. So this angle must be located between negative 180 and negative 270. So this is the negative 247 degrees. The reference angle again is the angle that the terminal side and the x-axis make. So we're looking for this angle. So note the reference angle is a positive acute angle. So this negative is just telling us a direction, but you can take this as a positive 247 degrees. So to compute for the reference angle, you can simply take away 180 degrees. So alpha, the reference angle, should be 247 minus 180 degrees. And if you compute for that, this will give you 67 degrees. Lastly, 1079, again a different case. But how do we find the reference angle of 1079? Note 1 whole circle is 360 degrees. So to reach 1079, you have to extend. So if we go another 360 degrees, this will be 720. That's just 360 times 2. which is not yet enough to have 1079. So we make another turn. So add 360 to 720, you have 1080, which is just 1 degree more than 1079. So if you look at it, so if we made another turn or rotation, we will be reaching 1080. But since you only need 1079, then this must be the location of the terminal site. And 1080 less 1079 degrees is just 1 degree. So the reference angle in letter C is 1 degree. So to summarize the solution, the first thing that you have to do is that you locate the angle first, whatever the given angle is, and then once you have the location, so let's take letter B for example, this is the location of 247, the negative 247, you need to measure the reference angle, which is the acute angle made by the x-axis and the terminal side. So depending on the location of the terminal side, that's how you will determine the measure of the reference angle. So don't think that it's like, don't memorize it like 203 minus 180. You have to refer to the diagram and then do the proper computation depending on the location. In letter C, for example, we need to have 1079. So you have to go beyond 360. So another 360, that's 720, which is not yet enough. So we added another 360, and we were able to get 1080. So the 0 degree location, that's already 1080, and we only need 1079. So 1079 is 1 degree less. You have to go back by 1 degree. So if you have to go back by 1 degree, then this is the reference angle that you need, and that is just 1 degree. Hence the reference angle of 1079 is 1 degree. Okay, so I hope that is clear now for finding the reference angle. If you still have questions, you have to please ask me during the class. That's it. Thank you.